everywhere. So it's one of those things to where if, like in my situation with my hearing aids, I've requested to be seen off base. I'm waiting on a response back, but we'll see how it goes. And so when it comes down to your medical and your career, the generic are saying no one cares about your career or your health more than you. It's very true. It's sad to say that, like, the doctors and stuff, how they do things, like, if you could have had the worst back pain in the world, and if you didn't go to the doctors multiple times to get it seen, you're probably not even going to get anything for it. If you broke your leg and you had to have surgery or something, but then after that you didn't go to pain management or pain therapy or physical therapy or occupational therapy, whatever the case may be, they consider that as a solved issue, so it's no longer an issue to them. So just keep all that stuff in mind, like document everything. If you have anything wrong with you, if you stub your toe every third Wednesday, get that documented. And I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but as far as the out processing of the military, it's a very finicky system to where you may not get what you deserve, and there are some people that manipulate the system, so to speak, and haven't really done much and are getting all these crazy benefits and stuff and getting the same pay as somebody who's been in 14 years like myself. And it kind of makes me sick to my stomach knowing I'm lumped into that same category as that person who's done nothing with their career. But that's part of it. Yeah, it took me a long time to be able to choke up or look over my pride and claim things. Like, I never wanted to claim PTSD, but I kind of knew I had it, but there was a stigma about it to where everybody thought I was going to be crazy and like digging holes in the backyard trying to shoot people and stuff. And like, it does hinder your career substantially. Like, they try to say it doesn't in nowadays environment, but it does, because the little things, like you may be non-deployable or you may have medical appointments that they have to allow you to go to, and if you're on any kind of medication when you deploy, you got to have enough medication for your entire deployment. So it's just very minor things that people don't even look at as far as the, I guess you could say, the administrative side, and it can hinder your career. And not like they're trying to punish you, but at the same time, like, if for the civilians that are going to watch this, sergeant is kind of like your supervisor role, so to speak. I wouldn't quite say manager, but supervisor role. And if they need somebody to be promoted to sergeant, or if you're eligible to be promoted to sergeant, and there's quite a few people that are eligible, those things get taken into consideration. They're like, well, this guy can deploy, he's completely healthy, this guy is behavior health, or seeing a psychiatrist. In the Army they call it behavior health, but they'll be like, this guy's in behavior health, and since he just started behavior health, he's non-deployable for 12 months. We got an upcoming deployment or upcoming rotation to Korea, Poland, wherever, Europe, like wherever they may be traveling to. Now that person can't go, and there'll be a leader short that they need, and that's kind of how you get punished. And I try to talk to people about it on several different occasions, And it isn't like your chain of command singles you out and says like you're screwed up and blah 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 and all this stuff, and they don't try to hinder your career, but on the bigger picture they have to do what's best for the unit. And if you can't deploy, you physically can't do something, or if the psychiatrist says he doesn't want you shooting weapons for a while, or whatever the case may be, like, that affects the unit readiness. Me, myself, I'm combat arms, so if I had a soldier that came to me being a leader, who couldn't shoot a gun, I would literally look at him like, well, what use are you to me? And that may be the wrong way to look at it, but at the same time, that's what we have to do as leaders, because if something crazy happens and I deploy and I've got these soldiers under me, but I had to leave 4 of them back. Now me and my guys that are actually deploying are struggling to be able to complete task and mission and all this other stuff, just because I want it to be the good guy or the nice guy, so to speak, and not transfer this guy to a different unit or a different position or whatever the case may be. There's units in the military, it's called WTU, Warrior Transition Unit, and that's for basically recovery. As long as you have the command support, you can transfer somebody to WTU, like if they're non-deployable for a year. You can transfer them to WTU, chain of command signs off on it, and that person kind of gets taken off of the books while he's seeking treatment to get taken care of and everything. That way you get another body to fill that spot, and while that soldier's in WTU, he could still get promoted. So it's not slowing his career down. By keeping him in the unit, you're actually hurting him, because he's not going to get promoted, or he's not going to be able to do certain things that when he's in WTU he can still perform tasks that he's able to do while he's in the recovery period. This video's kind of going long. I know it's like 16 and a half minutes or something right now, but me going through this process for the second time, and the first time, like I said, I was just fighting it, so I literally didn't care what the doctor had to say. I didn't want to claim anything. I was like, y'all are misdiagnosing me, and that's what it was. Not to go into a huge story about the misdiagnosis. They diagnosed me with hallux limitus, and it's basically rigid or stiff joint, your first major joint in your foot, like right behind your big toe. Well, before they even diagnosed me with that, I had surgery and had that joint removed, and it's fused and everything. And then my unit doctor found out I was non-deployable and basically started a med board on me because of that diagnosis, saying, I'm diagnosing you with this. And if you look in the Army regulations, having that diagnosis